Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Yeah. Give me a second. I have an issue with my camera. 1 second. Sorry.
Brian, just tell us, what are you going through right now? I mean, today, right now.
Well, I don't want to do interviews. Okay, I just want to make a statement. Is that all right?
Tell us what you want to say.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
I said, hang on. I'm having a problem with the camera.
Yeah, let him get ready. And y'all can funnel this up to the other media outlets, okay?
Yes, sir.
And I can be done with this,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Okay.
We appreciate you coming out. We know it's got to be terribly difficult, and we're really just hoping you'll speak from your heart about your wife.
And may we all just say, we are sorry. We are sorry for your family's loss.
I appreciate it. I haven't had a whole lot of time to, I haven't had a lot of time to get emotional about this yet. I've been dealing with the immediate needs of my children. I mean, this morning I've had some. This morning I finally started thinking about the events that occurred yesterday morning, and so I'm starting with that process today. You got it?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Sorry about that, sir.
No, the main purpose here today is solely to communicate to the people in the community and to everybody watching and listening. My wife was she was a godly woman, and she was a very she was very passionate about changing people's lives with fitness and changing their mental attitude towards their body and themselves and their abilities in life. And personally, I haven't involved myself in a lot of what she does, but now that I'm seeing some of her campers, I've noticed a substantial impact that she's had on so many people's lives, and I'm very proud of her. And I just want it to be publicly known that we are very proud of all of the passion and effort that she's put into so many people's lives. As far as the perpetrator, I don't know, we still don't know who he is, but I ask everybody out there to review the video. I think you can get the video on the Midlothian Police Department's Facebook website. Look at the video. The person has a very distinct walk. There's just a very distinct mannerism about this person that should be very apparent to somebody. Okay? I don't believe there was a vehicle there. This perpetrator, I don't know if he walked into the facility or if he we don't know how he arrived at the facility. But I'm just hoping that somebody either saw something or somebody can recognize the mannerisms of this person on the video. It's very important to us to get some closure with that, and but at the same time, I want to definitely publicize that my wife was she was a great woman, a great a wife, a great mother, a great friend, and she will be missed by many people. But please be diligent as you can and review the video and report anything to the Midlothian Police Department. And I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess this is your last time. You're not going to speak again after this. Is that correct? This is what you.
I really don't. I mean, I don't want to. In terms of. In terms of obtaining a story, to pull at heartstrings and stuff like that. I'm not looking here for the media to sensationalize a tragedy, okay? My family needs, we need our privacy, and that's why I wanted to do this in one time only. But we need our privacy. I haven't had a lot of sleep. I haven't had a lot of one-on-one time with my children. I just have some issues that I need to deal with on a personal level with my children. I want to reach out to the Camp Gladiator, the campers that she mentored, and I want to talk to those folks and express, my appreciation for their admiration of my wife. Okay.
You do understand, sir, that we are here because we want to help the police catch whoever did this as well.
Yes. But as far as any, one-on-one interview, tug at the heartstrings, kind of stories, sensationalized, I'm not here for that.
I don't think any of us are trying to sensational. I mean, your wife was a mother and a woman who touched so many lives through her work.
Correct. You are correct.
And that's why, we want to share her story. And you know that better than anyone.
Correct.
You knew her better than anyone. The kind of woman she was, the kind of mother she was.
Well, she was a very good mother. She spent, I'll go a little further here. When Missy, before we had children, Missy was a teacher, public school teacher. She worked with special needs children, and she did that for about 2 years. And I could see the amount of outpouring in her soul to help needy people. Okay, and especially at that time, it was special needs children. And then we had children. She stayed at home, raised our children, and when she got back into the workforce, or when time allowed her to do things for herself, she found Camp Gladiator. And through raising our 3 children, she transformed into a different physically person, a mother, but she decided to become physically fit, and for a 40-some-odd-year-old mother of 3, she was very fit and transformed on an unimaginable level. Her body pretty well sold her abilities in transforming and helping other people. And but she was very passionate about helping these people, and I would catch some of her campers' remarks on her Facebook page about how excited they were of the results that they've seen through her efforts, and I'm proud of her. We're very proud of her.
She meant a lot of things to a lot of people. What did she mean, though, to you as her husband?
Well, she was a companion. We enjoyed fishing. We enjoyed going to the beach. We spent a lot of time at the ocean. We've been together for 20 years, and over the 20 years, our relationship evolved from this to that to this to that, and we've managed to keep it, held together all this time. But at this particular venture in our lives, it opened up an opportunity for her to do something that was gratifying to herself, rather than raising a family, constantly driving kids around. And she just, like I said, the Camp Gladiator opportunity came up, and
She was so well loved. Are you racking your brain to say who would want to hurt such a beautiful person?
yes, it's this world is full of evil people. I don't know, without going into any details that I've spoke with law enforcement. I mean, yeah, we're talking about a senseless act here, okay?
Did you look at the video to see if you saw anybody, recognized anything about it?
The same video that I watched on a continuous loop. It's the same video that you guys have already had access to.
Click anything for you?
Nothing clicks. I can't tell if the person is a man or a woman. The police estimate that he's about 6 foot tall. This person's 6 foot tall. But if you look at the mannerisms of the person, how they walk, I mean, there's something very distinctive there that somebody has to be able to point this out.
It seems to baffle the police department like it baffles us as reporters, and it baffles the investigation why someone would break into church wearing a tactical police paraphernalia. Does that baffle you too, as someone who wants justice?
I don't know. There are some things that the police are looking into with respect to the timing of it and the arrival of my wife. The person wasn't in tactical gear. That wasn't tactical gear. That was a shoddy amount of clothing to look like some type of an enforcement officer. It wasn't real tactical clothing.
What did it look like to you?
Well, I mean, from the video, as best I could tell, it looked like maybe motorcycle boots or some type of military-style boot. I couldn't tell the pants. It looked like some kind of flimsy, like sweatpants or something. I couldn't really tell. But the jacket was just a generic police jacket, kind of a velour-looking police jacket. And I couldn't even identify the helmet. The person was wearing a helmet, and I couldn't identify whether it was a motorcycle helmet. I don't know if there is a motorcycle avenue on that outfit, or if it was a tactical avenue, because the helmet, I couldn't even tell what it was.
Do you think someone wanted to hurt Missy in particular, or this was?
I do not know the answer to that.
She posted on her Facebook that she was going to be there. Is that something that police have also looked into, perhaps, that they've talked to you about?
Well, the date, time, and location of her camps are publicized. They're known. Those times and schedules are already predetermined. It definitely sets up an opportunity for the unknown to happen, particularly since she arrives there early before anybody else does. But if you look at the video, and I don't know how much of the video the police has released, but if you look at the video, and from what I understand, the perpetrator came through the back door, okay, and spent several minutes rummaging from room to room. If I'm not mistaken, he might have broke some glass in this room looking for something, broke some glass in this room looking for something, spent some time in the kitchen area. But by the time my wife arrived, I don't know of the video at that point, but according to the police, shortly after the altercation, needless to say, it's the opinion of the police department that the perpetrator didn't know the presence of my wife, or that she was going to be there. I think my wife walked in on a robbery. That's just an opinion. That's not fact.
So you don't think she was targeted, or like that she was particularly?
In strictly my opinion, I don't think she was targeted. And to the best of my knowledge, when my wife arrived, there was no other vehicle in the parking lot, and otherwise it would have obviously drawn it. You know, my wife would have seen that. So as far as I know, and you have to confirm that with the police, there was no other vehicles on the property. But according to the timeline, the person came into the building and left the crime scene before the other campers showed up. So was there another vehicle, or did they have cameras outside that could confirm that? I don't know.
When was the last time you spoke with her? And were you guys in the habit of maybe texting? Because
Yes.
she'd go to these locations, you know, where it would be dark and quiet.
Well, as far as communicating prior to her camps, no. I mean, she got there pretty early.
Okay, so you hadn't heard from her that morning.
No.
Did you guys speak the night before?
Yes.
And what did you say to her?
Every day for the last 10 months, she has made it a point to text me at work that she loves me and have a good day, honey. When I finally arrived in Biloxi around 7:30, which was later than I was supposed to be there, you know, I spoke to her, and she said good night, and it was still about 8 o'clock, and I called her anyway, probably around 9 or 9:30 to tell her I love her, and she was already half asleep, and that's the last time I spoke to her.
That was on the phone.
That was on the phone.
Can you talk a little bit about her faith? Because her friends all say she was a woman of God. She really walked in her purpose. Can you talk a little bit about her?
Missy sought out God's direction in every avenue of her life. Here recently, she was actually reading a book that that the regional camp gladiators, her regional director gave to her, and it was about essentially a purpose-driven Christian woman. That's not the name of the book, but she read that thing from front to back, and I could sense her implementing. I didn't read the book. I didn't know what the contents were, but I could sense her implementing, some of the things within that book in her life because it was, very meaningful to her. We've been going to the Cowboy Church for about 15 years. We've raised our children there. We're not, we're not cowboy people, but that church has been the church and the members of that church have been some of the dearest friends that we've ever had, and some of the best friends we've ever had in our lives.
Now, did your daughter sometime go with her to camp?
Yes. There was another camp that she conducted at 9 a.m. on different days of the week, and my daughter would go with her.
But not to this one at 5 in the morning?
No.
Okay.
No.
You mentioned you haven't had much time to talk with your children. Are you going to, I guess, do you just avoid, do you have to answer their questions? I mean, do you try and steer them into just positive memories of
No.
mom?
My two oldest children are, they're completely aware of what has happened. My youngest one is not completely aware, but we have talked about Missy's father. Missy's father passed away about 1.5 years ago, and he's buried in Jacksboro. And I was talking to the girls about burying her mom possibly next to her father, because Missy was a daddy's girl too, and the girls didn't feel comfortable with that, being it's that far away. So we opted to have her buried here locally so that she can be close. But we haven't. My two oldest girls, they're doing really well. Like I said, I haven't had a lot of one-on-one with them. They've fortunately had a lot of friends coming by, and they're in high spirits, but I know that I know that, you know, this one-on-one situation is going to occur, so, and I'm ready for it.
How old are your girls, sir?
15, 13, and 8.
Does it mean a lot to you that the last thing you said to your wife, I know you said she was half asleep, but you told her that you loved her. I know you were out of state for this trip, and then you were able to communicate with her. I guess, do you think back, is that a blessing to you that you were able to tell her how much she meant to you?
Well, fortunately for me, we communicated that every day, and it was she she texted me every day and said, "I love you, honey. I hope you have a good day. I've been having a lot of health problems here the last 6 months," and but she has gone. I know that she has devoted quite a bit of time and energy into her Camp Gladiator thing. And, you know, she has made it a point every day when I show up to work, I receive a text about the same time. "I love you, honey. I hope you have a good day." And she was an exceptional wife.
Where do you go from here?
I don't know. I really don't know. It's just one day at a time right now. I know that, you know, fully relying on God through prayer and connection with my church family, that's very important right now. And my immediate family here that's taking care of my kids, and but outside of that, it's just, you know, day by day.
Is it real yet?
Is it real yet? No, it's not real yet. No, it's not. Is it real for a camera crew to be sitting in my driveway? No.
I guess perhaps the last thing I know you've spoken, for those who didn't know Missy, never had the opportunity to take a class with her, or didn't know her from church, strangers, what do you want them to remember about her? Especially as this investigation goes on and police are relying on tips and help from the public, what should people keep in mind most about Missy?
I would have to say that Missy is unlike most people, is unlike any other spouse, wife, friend, mother. You know, when you lose a loved one, you know, all of those things fall into place, you know. I don't know how to properly answer that question, but, you know, all of you people here, you have kids, you're married. I mean, you know, I know you're here for a story, but, you know.
It is not lost on us either. We are sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you
Will
very
you say
much.
and spell your name for us, please?
Brandon Bevers, Brandon. Last name Bevers, Bevers.